The new reality show you should be watching, Startups, Silicon Valley. And I got one of the stars in the studio right now with me. Sarah Austin is here. What was interesting is life casting. I want to talk a little bit about this life casting thing that you do, because literally we were checking out your Twitter like an hour ago, and you have this video where you're like driving in your car. I think it might be a little illegal. I don't know if this breaks any laws, but filming yourself and just talk about like what you're doing. You do this a lot, right?
Yes, so I'm very experienced. I wouldn't recommend other people to life cast and drive.
Okay, cool.
Don't try it.
Because I don't think Oprah would be down, but we just won't tell her.
Let's just keep it between us, because I did tell the kids not to do it at home.
Right.
But I am the original life caster, and I'm from Silicon Valley.
Right.
And so this is sort of an innate thing to me. I love to share the most inner, boring moments of my life for the world to see.
And you do that to an extreme. For example, on the show, you live cast one of your dates.
I do.
Is there a line? When do you stop live casting? Where is the point of, nah, I'm not going to go there with that?
I think it comes down to a certain level of respect that I have for privacy. And at that time, I wasn't really respecting his privacy.
Gotcha. Okay. But in your personal life, what is that line for you that you're not going to like live stream live cast?
For me, I guess I don't live cast myself sleeping anymore. I used to film myself sleep through the night.
You're inviting weirdo, creepy dudes.
Totally. So I stopped that. That's why I did it 24/7, but now I only do it intermittently throughout the day.
I think you made a wise decision. This is why you're successful at what you do, because you make the right adjustments.
Because I figured out I had to stop.
Yes, exactly right. Let's talk about the show a little bit. In a nutshell, explain to everybody what the show is about.
It's all about startups, and that's a very hot topic in Silicon Valley right now. There's startups right and left launching everywhere, and I am so thrilled to be right in the middle of it all and blogging it on my startup, pop17.com.
I think it's more than, to be fair, it's more than just startups. It's kind of like a sexy twist, you know? It's like the hills of Silicon Valley, right?
Right.
Because you guys are talking about relationships, your dating life is on the show, you're getting in fights with some, you know, other folks on the show. So it's kind of like a chic geek. Is that like a term that I could apply, stick to this show? Is that fair?
Totally. I mean, that's what Bravo called me, is their chic geek, and they also called me sort of like the Elle Woods Legally Blonde. But you know what? Like, there is a lot of drama on the show. In hindsight, do I wish that it was all about work? Kind of. But then maybe it wouldn't be so entertaining.
So explain to everybody who is just meeting you for the first time, you're already successful in your Silicon Valley job, if you will. Explain what that is.
So I blog, live cast, and host a community. It's sort of like a mini YouTube for chic geeks on pop17.com. And in addition to that, I'm a contributor to Forbes, and I host a web show there as well. So
let me ask you this. How do you feel it's affected your business dealings by having a reality show? Is there any backlash that you're putting yourself out there on screen when you're sitting down and talking to a president of a company?
Right. Well, I think that it hurts me, especially when there's videos of me throwing a drink on a guy on the show.
Which I heard is a little sneak peek into next week.
Yeah.
He deserved it, right? Can you tell us what he did? What did this punk do to you?
He date cheated on me with my ex-best friend. Now, I'm not saying that that's my excuse. I do feel bad about it. It wasn't a classy act.
What's date cheated?
It's like if somebody's leading you on, but you guys aren't officially boyfriend and girlfriend or anything, but, you know, is leading you on, then...
You're making me really nervous, because it sounds like I've been doing a lot of date cheating in my life, and I'm just now realizing that it might be wrong.
I'm all about transparency.
Okay.
So as long as the two communicate properly between each other, it's all fair game.
Right.
But when they're sneaking behind your back and going on dates with somebody that they know is off limit if they're dating you, they should definitely communicate that to you, unless it's like two girls in different cities and they're never gonna find out about it and you want to be sneaky. You know, she's not gonna find out, but you know, if you're not in a relationship, it's fair game to date other people. But you know, if you do that and you're gonna be a player, then, you know, you should totally tell the girls what's going on so they don't have any expectations.
Now, how are you dealing with the new kind of fame? Because obviously you made a name for yourself in Northern California, but here you are now more on a national stage. How is that affecting your personal life now that more people are talking about you, reading about you, seeing you, and stuff like that?
You know, the only thing that I've noticed is people on the street will come up to me and be like, oh, that time in the episode when you did that, and kind of like yell at me a little bit. I've had that. And then I did have a paparazzi take photo. I'm very friendly. I'm like, hey, you know, like, I appreciate you watching the show. Thank you. And just like, what's up? You want to get a coffee? Like, we're just real people. So, you know, I just want everyone to know, like, I am a real person and just totally normal, except for my excessive life casting.
I think that's kind of normal these days. I think that's just what people do. Like, our parents might not get it, but our age, people under us, like, I think that's just normal to broadcast your life out, whether it's Instagram or life casting, Twitter, etc., whatever. But you said you're getting this notoriety. I know when we were Googling you, you were already linked to other celebrities and stuff on the dating scene. Is that something that's really frustrating, that you're seeing that part of your life out there? I mean, you talk about wanting to be transparent. Does that fall along those lines for you? Is that okay?
I mean, I think from the beginning filming the show, I had asked the producers, oh, can we please not put dating life on it or my personal stuff? Like, I'd like to make it all about work.
Right.
But then that was like oh, that's so boring kind of thing. So I think on the show, that was kind of like, turned out to be all the drama. You know, it's like, all this intertwined drama going on. So in hindsight, if I were to shoot the season over again, I probably wouldn't want to put my dating life on camera.
So, okay, moving forward, let's say there's a season 2, you know, knock on wood. Is that kind of a line in the sand for you? You say, no, I'll move forward with you guys as long as there's no personal dating stuff in there.
Right. So if the public would be actually interested in checking out the inner workings and behind the scenes of Pop 17, that would be awesome.
Right.
And if there was a season 2, which fingers crossed, I guess there would be, I feel like I'd want to do it just to show people the other side of me that people haven't got to see, which is funny and goofy and kind of just that nerd in high school that people kind of loved.
Right, exactly. Well, you can see that on your life casting.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure that you watch Startup Silicon Valley. It's Mondays at 10 on Bravo. And as we wrap this up, you're going to have to explain to me how I can get $10,000 of tweets.
Okay.
No, I don't want to share that with everybody. I just want that information for me.
You have to put videos in it. And it's not just one tweet. You have to do like 5.
Off air. Thank you so much for hanging out. And for the latest news breaking right now, head on over to CELEBUZZ.com.